Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tough day today, guys. I think I really screwed up my leg today. I can't bend it anymore. I think I've been kicked in the leg way too many times, and and my IT band or my quad muscles are just giving out. So yeah, walking on it is slightly tough, but it is what it is. You know, we move. I'm gonna keep training actually. Go in tomorrow and do my thing still. But with that said, let's come to the topic of this video. Guys, I said that I'll make a video on how to become more good looking, how to have a more good looking face, right? And I think I'm qualified to speak about this to a to a certain extent. I know I've talked about being humble, but you know, if there's one thing I'm sure of, is that I'm a good looking guy. I'm a decent looking guy. Uh, I'm no Brad Pitt, but with my genetics and from where I started as a kid, as a chubby looking kid, I think I've come a long way. I've done well for myself, right? So I'm just gonna speak about things that you can change, essentially, and not about things that you cannot change. For example, I can't change my nose, right? It's crooked, I've broken it. Actually, I can, that's a separate issue, but I can't change it in natural ways. It's crooked now, it's broken, it is what it is. I can't breathe through one nostril, but that's life. It is what it is, right? You got to accept it, move on, and do things that you can change and you can have an effect on, and just worry about those things, right? The Stoics principle: just worry about things that you can change and you can affect, and don't worry about things that you can't, and you'll live a nice and happy life, right? So we're going to talk about things that we can change and how to get a good looking face by changing these things, or doing these things, right? Now guys, the first thing to do is get to a low body fat percentage, right? Every single step from here on in, you can be doing that rigorously every single day, but it wouldn't matter because you'll have so much face fat to you'll be carrying so much face fat that none of these things will have any effect on it. All the yes, you will be getting an effect underneath the face fat, but it'll never be visible. It's like abs, right? If you don't get to a low enough body fat percentage, they'll not show. No matter how much you train them, you could be training them every single day with resistance and weights, they will never show. So you need to get down to a low body fat percentage, at least around 18%. That's the most you should get to, and the lower the better, right? Your facial features will show more, and there are so many people out there with those hunter eyes and the high cheekbones and hollow cheeks and sharp jawline, but you never see it on them because there's so much fat covering their features. So get down to a low body fat percentage. That's the first thing. Second thing, guys, your face is made of muscles, right? We train muscles in the gym and they grow and they get stronger. Now your face muscles are slightly different, right? They won't grow in size. However, they if the more you use them, the better they'll protrude, right? So for example, you have a jaw muscle right here. And when you start using it more, it it will carry your first of all carry your jawline better. It'll improve your jaw structure, your jaw structure will just get wider. Your face will get wider, and a wider chin and a wider face is generally more attractive, right? And then as you work on these muscles, your face slightly moves, right? Bones in your face slightly move. Now that's with anything, right? If you're training Muay Thai, for example, your legs, your shins start changing in shape. I have dents in my shin now because of the number of times they've hit something. So when you start changing certain things about how you're using your mouth and your face and your muscles around your face every single day, your bones essentially start moving too, to a certain extent. And First Man has made a very elaborate video on this on his channel. I won't get into too much of the details because I'm not very sure of the science, but I do know that it works, right? It's worked for me in the past year, and I am better looking than I've ever been in my life. And I've done a few of these things consistently, right? And I'll give you an example. UFC fighters are one of the most good-looking group of people on the planet, and they're doing every single thing that I'm talking about over here. And these are the accidental fundamentals that they're doing. They're not doing these things to look good. They're just doing them for their fight. They're preparing for a fight, and accidentally it's affecting how they look. Now you can make an argument that every good-looking guy wants to go into fighting, and that's simply not true. Not every good-looking guy is going into fighting, but the chances of a fighter being good-looking are extremely high, right? Again, That's a separate video idea. I think I'll make a video on that. I'll probably pull up some photos and show you guys that from the small number of people that are actually fighting, how many of them are actually very good looking. Like the percentage of good looking people in fighters is crazy. And it's kind of ironic that people getting punched in the face are good looking, right? They're supposed to have busted nose and swollen eyes and all that stuff, but they're still good looking people. Why? Well, because they're doing all these things, right? So the second thing is, guys, use these muscles. How do you use these muscles? Two ways. You can either do facial exercises where you're, making those weird faces and you're sitting alone, but I don't personally do them because I don't have the time to do it. If you do, you should definitely try them out. I'm not a huge believer in them either. I think it takes a while to like stay consistent with them and to see changes. But what you can do is chew hard food. So when I'm just sitting at home, I'm chewing almonds all day. I eat around 200 almonds a day, 100 to 200 almonds a day, right? And I fill up a lot of my calories with it. They have a lot of protein in it, and they have good fats in it, not a lot of carbs. And they're very hard. They're very hard food. So my jaw is getting a workout. I've also got this thing called mastic gum, which is very hard chewing gum and tastes like miswak, if any of you guys have had that. And essentially, you don't have to go out and spend $15 on gum. You can just take chewing gum from the local store for $1 or $2 and chew on 2 or 3 pieces for a while, and that's it. Just do that consistently. Chew gum every single day, and that's what fighters do, right? They want these jaw muscles to be extremely strong because they're taking shots all day. And if your jaw is not strong, you're breaking it in a heartbeat if someone lands a good shot. So they want to strengthen their jaw. They're chewing gum, they're chewing hard foods, they're eating a lot of hard stuff, carrots, almonds, nuts, all these kind of stuff. Now, the third step, guys, close your mouth. Again, fighters do this very, very often. They will bite down on their gum shield to close their mouth. I do this all the time now because if I'm fighting like this with my mouth open, and I get punched, that's a broken jaw. And I've been punched like that. I've been kicked in the face like that. And my jaw just stopped moving. It just went like that. And it just wouldn't move for like the next 10 minutes. So you need to keep your mouth closed. And that's how you need to naturally be. So when you're just sitting there, your mouth needs to be closed. Now, why does your mouth need to be closed? Because your tongue posture is extremely important. If your tongue is pressing up against the roof of your mouth, it's pushing up all these bones up. And over time, guys, you've seen water erode into a rock. Over time, these small things make a massive difference on these solid objects. Your bones start moving up and outward. They protrude slightly outwards. And guys, it's just millimeters. It takes actually even less than, I don't even know, micrometers, right? Micrometers of difference to go from an average looking dude to a good looking dude in terms of facial structure, right? So just what you need to be doing is mewing, closing your mouth, and your tongue posture is extremely important. Now, mewing and tongue posture are essentially the same thing. What you do is you want the tongue from the base to be touching the roof of the mouth, and the rest of the tongue laying on top on the roof of the mouth. Most people's tongues are down here. Even when their mouth is closed, their tongues are not pushing the roof of the mouth. You want to be pushing that roof until it becomes a habit, even when you're doing it, even when you're asleep. So what you do is essentially, the easiest way I can explain how to mew is, you want to make the sound ing, right? So you know how you say any word with the ing letters going on in the end. So let's say you want to say the word thinking. Now when you say ing, the back of your tongue touches the roof of your mouth. After you say ing, you hold it there on the G, and then you just put all the rest of your tongue on the roof of your mouth and just push it there. Just keep it there and close your mouth. And just make that a habit. You want to be sitting like that whenever you're quiet, whenever your mouth is closed, your tongue needs to be pushing up against the roof of your mouth. That's the natural way of how human beings should be doing things. In fact, even when you're sipping on water, when you're drinking water, a lot of people they gulp water down. You're not supposed to be gulping water down. You need to be swooshing water down. Anything you bite on, anything you're eating, you need to be swooshing it down with your tongue. You need to be pushing it down into your throat with your tongue. You go, right? That's it. Your mouth, your cheeks should not be moving. So that's essentially what you want to be doing. Close your mouth, tongue pushing up against the roof of your mouth. All right? Now, the next thing is interrelated to the first one. If you've closed your mouth, you can't breathe through it. What you want to be doing is breathing through your nose. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, my nose is always blocked. I can't breathe through my nose. Guys, I cannot breathe through one nostril of mine. right? My brother couldn't breathe through one nostril. In my brother's case, which was much worse. Now my man got a septoplasty and a rhinoplasty, got rid of that issue with his septum, and he can breathe just fine through his nose, and his mouth stays closed, and he tapes his mouth shut when he goes to sleep because it's become a habit for him to open his mouth and sleep, right? Because he couldn't breathe through his nose. So now he tapes his mouth shut. And guys, if I could show you the before and after photo of him for just like it's been 3 months, 3 or 4 months. It's worlds apart. I thought I was the good-looking guy in the family. My man's giving me competition now. So, guys, that's how much difference just breathing through your nose and closing your mouth can make. And especially in your sleep, make it a habit. Obviously, it'll be difficult, right? So try taping your mouth together. You gotta take some drastic steps to improve, guys. And honestly, you may look like a weirdo. You might come across as a weirdo to people, but who gives a fuck? Who cares? I don't give a shit. I just want to look better, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes, right? So close your mouth, tongue on the roof of the mouth, and breathe through your nose. Mouth breathers, your jaw starts dropping. These muscles never get tense. They never get tight. You'll never be able to close your jaw. The shape of your jaw is gonna look weird. Your face is not gonna get wider. It's just a shit show if you're breathing through your mouth. So even if you guys have issues and your nose is blocked, just try doing it. Just try breathing it. And the amount of air that goes in, that's all the air you need. You will not die with that less air. That's all the air you need. Try to make that a habit, and slowly and surely, even your nose and your airway will start to open up. If it's blocked by mucus all the time, it's probably because your body is just adapted to you breathing from the mouth. It's like, okay, the body doesn't need the nose anymore. You're breathing from your mouth. That's not how the body was made naturally. You're supposed to be breathing from your nose. Hence, when you start breathing from your nose, I'm sure the problem with your mucus and all that stuff will get cleared up too. Now, the fifth one, guys, work on your neck. Now, you're like, okay, we're talking about face. What the hell are you talking about neck for? Guys, there are a very small group of people that actually train their necks in the world. UFC fighters, race car drivers, Formula One drivers, rugby players, American football players, right? Again, fighters, race car drivers, rugby players, or American football players, all a bunch of very, very good looking dudes, right? Just keep your biases aside and you look at these four group of people and you see very, very good looking people. You see very good looking dudes. That's because, guys, your neck makes your face look broader, right? Your neck is seen all the time. You see it everywhere. So I will not get into the science because then this video will get way too long. It's already way over the time I want it to be. But guys, train your neck. And it's very easy to train. I've always been on and off on it, so my neck isn't the best. But if I keep it back there, I have a very long neck too, so it's harder to put on muscle on it. But you guys know, if my neck was slightly more broader, I would look more masculine. I would look more intimidating. I would look better, right? So just grow out your neck a little bit, work on a little bit more of your trap muscles, and you will look, essentially you'll start looking younger, right? In your 30s and 35, you have a big neck, you're gonna look like a 28-year-old, a 29-year-old. And when you're 45, 50-year-old, your neck's still big, you're gonna look younger. And there's proof of this. Go up, search up Jeremy Meeks. There's a very, very interesting photo up on Google. If you guys look up Jeremy Meek neck transformation or something like that on Google, there will be a photo of Jeremy Meek with his little neck, and then a photo of him with the bigger neck, and you guys will know exactly what I mean. So please search this up, Jeremy Meek neck transformation photo. Just search it up on Google, and it will change your life. And you'll start training neck today. You will literally go on your bed and start neck curling. So train your neck, guys. It's always gonna be visible. Now, the sixth tip, guys, is to grow out your beard. Right? If you guys cannot grow out your beard, it's okay. If it's patchy, it's okay. Grow it out and see if you can groom it, if you can line it up. If you line up a patchy beard, now my beard is extremely patchy, right? There's no hair here, there's no hair here, there's no hair here. My mustache is slightly patchy. It's not fuller. It's not as full as I want it to be. It's patchy from this area. But if you just grow it out and line it up, it just looks more. It gives the illusion of being more full, right? So that's all you need to do. Now, let's say it's too patchy and you can't line it up, or it's very low. That's all right too. Go clean shaven, groom it. Work on all the other things. Work on your jawline. Work on your cheekbones. Groom yourself, right? Grow out a beard and groom it. Growing out a beard is very important because it adds symmetry to your face, right, guys? Even this small stubble that I have a crooked nose. So the only way I can add symmetry to my face and I can cover up these unsymmetrical things is by growing out a beard. Because a lot of focus is then taken away from all these other features, and it goes on to the beard, right? It's the most notable area on your face then. So growing out your beard is extremely important. If you can't grow it out, you really want to grow it out, I'm going to give you one word: minoxidil. Look into it. I'll make a whole video about it too. That changed my life. I wanted to grow out a beard since I was 12 years old. Hopped onto minoxidil, and in 1 year I'm looking pretty decent. Now there are a lot of health concerns, so we'll make a separate video about this. But look into minoxidil if you really want a beard. Now, 7, guys, get a haircut that suits your face style, so a face shape. Now, you can either go about this the hard way or the long way, right? The hard way is search up what your face shape is, measure your face, I'll do all that crap, and then see what haircuts suit that specific face shape and get that. That might work for some of you, didn't work for me. What usually does end up working is you get a bunch of different haircuts over a period of a year, let's say, and see whichever one gets you the most compliments, or whichever one people like most at you, and whichever one you feel most comfortable in, right? And you just keep it. As simple as that. And a lot of people really like this haircut of mine. I didn't like it at first, but now I'm growing into it. I might just keep it for a longer term. I might not go skin fading the whole time. I might just fade it out from like a 0.5 or a 1. But that's it. Just experiment a little bit. Right? Some haircuts are going to look terrible, but that's the best part about being a man. You have a long time, and it's probably going to take you 2 months to grow the hair back out. So, yeah, experiment your hair. Girls can't do this. Girls can't get like a weird haircut and then just be like, oh yeah, it'll grow out in a month. No, it takes them years to get to their natural hair shit, to get their hair length back and all that stuff. With guys, it's easy. You get a bad haircut, it's fine. Wear a hat for a month and you'll be fine. Now, the last step, guys, this is a bonus step. And it is to get enough sleep. You need to be getting 8 hours of sleep every single night. Otherwise, your face is gonna be looking lazy. There are gonna be bags underneath your eyes and all that stuff. You don't want any of this bullshit, right? So get some sleep. Your face is looking fresher. And obviously, guys, skincare, extremely important for face. I'll make a whole different video about skincare and the product that I'm using and the products that I recommend people to use. But we're gonna stop this video right here. It's already almost 20 minutes long. I wanted to get this out quick, but you know what? I wanted to get out as much information as possible. I wanted to prove to you why each and every one of these steps work. And you guys want perfect examples on why these things work? Go look at fighters. Go look at UFC fighters. Each and every single one of those guys, there's a high chance is good looking. There's a high chance you pick up a UFC fighter out random and he has some good looking features going for him. It's either the high cheekbone, the hollow cheeks, the sharp jawline, the hunter eyes, whatever, has a nice beard going, whatever. But if you guys really want examples, go look at Cody Garbrandt, go look at Conor McGregor, go look at Luke Rockhold, go look at Yair Rodriguez, go look at I don't know, even Tony Ferguson. He's an ugly guy in my opinion, but he has some model-like features. He has those high cheekbones. He has those hollow cheeks. He has those sharp jawline. So just look at a few of these people. Israel Adesanya, bloody Joel Romero, bloody I don't know. I just want to give you like a guy from every single race. So it's you guys are not talking about it's just white guys looking good. It's just black guys looking good. It's just brown. No, look at Jair Rodriguez, the brown dude, right? He's Mexican, but I'd say he's a brown dude. Look at Cody Garbrandt, white dude. Look at Luke Rockhold, white dude. Look at Israel Adesanya. Look at Korean dude, right? So yeah, go into a fight gym. Just go into a fight gym, and you will find the most good-looking guys over there. This is actually a hint for a girl. If you guys want to look for good-looking guys with discipline and good looks, go to a fight gym. Just go to a fight gym. You will see the best-looking guys over there. And it's because they're doing these accidental fundamentals that make them look good. First Man made a whole huge video about this, like a 40-minute long video. You guys want to check it out, go check it out. I think it's called Why UFC Fighters Look Great. It's a video idea for me. I'll come up with a bunch of pictures, and I'll show you guys the before and afters of these fighters looking mediocre at best, and then being extremely good looking dudes. Anyways, until next time, I love you guys. Have a good one.